Okay, so we just rolled up. We are at D4C, a day early. Like, this is why we are here. The moment was finally happening. The whole entire reason that we were coming here was to go to this village up in the mountains called D4C. They've been working for years, petitioning the government to change their name because they no longer wanted to be known as the place of darkness. What's the happenings today?
Have we ever known what's going on this trip? No. We have no clue what's happening again. And then we watched goats all morning long.
Oh my gosh, that was the best.
Too long of a story right now.
We need to journal that for later.
It was
the best story ever.
Goats are great. There was
children got separated, lost. What felt like an eternity.
It felt forever.
Screaming for mom. But then we're reunited.
With mom, there was some headbutting, some rocks being thrown.
As entertaining as the goats are, and trust me, Joey and I could probably watch goats for weeks and weeks. We were here on a mission. There was a reason for us to be here, and we couldn't wait to finally stop watching goats and start doing something. Today didn't start any different than all the other days. In fact, we kind of didn't think anything was going to happen today either.
So Mike's going to start a pastor's conference in like a half hour, and he said to head over there in like a half hour and do some filming and some ballet. It's like what you were doing. He said do ballet.
Most of this day we used to help capture a bunch of content for Mike and his nonprofit. They were being so kind as to hosting us, feeding us, showing us around, driving us. They even hooked us up with our translator and fixer. None of this would have been possible if it weren't for Mike and the New Generation Haiti staff and everybody there in Haiti. And then out of nowhere, we were told to pack up all our stuff because later today, we were gonna head to D4C. This wasn't planned. We didn't know we were going to D4C this early in the trip, but we were so pumped. Anytime that we get to hop in the back of the truck and that gate opens, Joey and I were ready. First, we had a little detour. We stopped at Mike's house in Gonaive.
Check out my new whip, man. It's a mongoose.
That's how you break it.
I know.
Dude, when I was a kid, I always wanted a mongoose.
Yeah, it's always
But a BMX.
There's no brakes, by the way.
Joey hopped on the mongoose, started whipping around with the locals, and of course, got a little aggressive and had to show off a bit.
I'm gonna go hit that jump.
Hit a jump?
I'm gonna go hit a jump. What if I fall?
Altonate's a doctor. He'll be fine, a bone doctor.
He was fine.
Unfortunately, not captured on camera was Joey sending it
Did you crash?
and eating it.
Did you not get it?
No.
I hit that jump, and I was like, boom! Like super sideways.
The poor dude landed in a nasty puddle in the streets of Haiti
A little blood,
and
not
just
much.
wrecked himself.
I'm not young anymore, man. That kind of hurt.
It looks like it was painful.
I had an accident on the bike. Can I go rinse off really quick?
You better hurry. We're
All right.
going. You live up to my expectations.
With very little sympathy from Mike, Joey ran inside, quickly showered off as we waited before we headed to D4C.
There are 11 of us. And the windows cannot go down.
We are at D4C a day early because Pastor Nathan called Mike and said, hey, there's a witch doctor here at D4C, like a totally different guy.
Area because the spiritual bondage of slavery has been broken. All these witch doctors, they can't do any of their power. And stuff that they used to do for people, they can't do now. And then, after a while, the word starts getting out that the witch doctors have no power. And they're not able to heal. They're not able to do stuff. So many of them are just surrendering. It's like, well, I know where the real power is.
People from the village would come to him if they were sick or something like that, something bad, and he would lock away the bad things. Everything up to this point made a lot of sense. There was a guy there that no longer wanted to practice voodoo and wanted to symbolically show that to everybody. If you've been involved in any type of church or worship-like activity, then everything started out pretty normal. Pastor Nathan put his hand on his head and started praying over him. Again, not that unusual. But then some things started getting really intense when Pastor Nathan started yelling at the top of his lung as we're standing inside this little hut surrounded by this dude's voodoo. Now they just gathered up all his voodoo stuff. It's just a bunch of random things. I mean, literally like Coke bottles and stuff. It's super random. They're getting ready to burn it all. More of a symbolic thing to them to show. It's him expressing to the village and to everyone that he is no longer going to be a witch doctor and he will no longer practice voodoo anymore. And so this is his way to show everyone that his heart has changed and he will no longer do that. And he's gonna burn all of his stuff here at D4C, just kind of, I guess, as a way to show everyone like, hey, I'm not about this anymore. It was also a pretty surreal experience to just be in this room with these people as this was happening. A bunch of people from the community were here to witness it as well. Honestly, it kind of almost felt like it was this guy's baptism or something, that he was showing the people in this community that he's leaving his old ways. None of this was part of the plan, and this was definitely an experience that Joey and I are never gonna forget.
Tomorrow, D4C will legally change its name to the Place of Light.